Here we go. Hey everyone, this is the Drought Gaming Podcast. This is episode 9 and it is 2016. Thanks for joining us. My name is Mike. I'm here with Bobby and the Jerf Master himself. Hey guys.
You're like
What's up?
Cartman in South Park. You could throw your farts all over the place.
Dude,
Is that something Cartman does?
Yeah,
He's a fart
and
flinger.
you've never played Stick of Truth?
Oh yeah, I have, but not like to any
Probably not to the
extent.
extent that I did. I fucking was obsessed with that game when it came out.
I finished it.
I love that
I
game.
love it. Yeah, and I'm glad they're making another one.
Me too. I like really thought that was a fucking excellent game.
hmm I was surprised
Hopefully-
at how awesome it was.
Yeah, I mean, it was made by Obsidian. I had really high hopes going into it, and it definitely was what I wanted out of that game. So, yeah. Anyway, I had a cool idea for today's podcast. First, let's go around the room and say what we've all been doing, what we've been playing. I know we haven't podcasted in a couple of weeks. Who are we going to start with? Bobby! Bobby, what you been playing, man? What you been doing?
I played a fuck ton. I haven't played anything in the last few days. But over the weekend, I played Knights of the Old Republic 2 again. Not all the way
Oh,
through.
nice.
I just started playing it again. That update that they did on PC, I like it. I like being able to play it with the gamepad, and it's in widescreen, and there's no fucking bullshit tweaks I got to do to it. I wish the first game was like.
I wonder, like, I've got to Google that. I wonder if there's a reason, like, they wouldn't give that treatment to the first one. Because I think, by and large, the first one is, like, considered the better one. I could be wrong on that. Maybe that's
I
just
like
me.
I like some of the characters, like the party members you get in the second one more. I think like the droid you get in the second one
Oh, well, that droid
is
is,
more.
that droid is, like, he's the best character in the second one.
Yeah. Uh, but I mean, I like the second one, but the first one, you're right. I also think the worlds that you go to in the first one is better. Like, I just like the setting.
And I think it's a
They
better
set there
story.
you
It's
go.
a better, more fleshed out story with better characters, I think.
I
I
agree.
mean, like, the villain and all that stuff are just better characters, I feel, in the first one. And the story was more, it was more. Not that the second one was some crazy story you couldn't follow, but the first one was a more movie like Star Warsy storyline, where the second one was
Yeah.
kind of went a little crazy. I think.
I didn't like the second one because it tried to tie into the first game. If it just set it like so far ahead that it didn't matter.
Right.
It would have been better.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's actually why I liked the first game. It was like, you know what? Fuck the universe that's there. Let's make one that's a
Yeah.
million years
Yeah,
before it.
they didn't try to like make a Star Wars game that tied into Star Wars. They just made a good fucking game that happened to be a
Right.
Star Wars game.
But that's actually my only problem. My only problem with them doing that is that how far back they went. Like they went back 4,000 years, and the technology's the same.
I
And
feel like
it's
they went back too far. I feel like they could have just made
yeah,
that like 200 years and it would have been fine. But
yeah,
they went a little nuts with it. They want to make sure that they didn't have any fucking continuity problems. They were like, "Fuck it, we're going back so far we could just make up shit." So there's this chick
yeah.
named Bastila,
And I
right?
guess,
And
I
she has
guess,
this fucking
yeah.
power to alternate wars. Like what? Yeah, it was a stretch, but I liked it. I liked that game. KOTOR
Yeah.
1's one of my favorite games of all time, actually.
Yeah, actually playing the second one, and I played the. I'm playing. Actually, I am playing the first one, but on my phone because
Yeah,
that
I
port's
have a save
amazing.
where I'm playing it on my cell phone also, which that also
Yeah,
you're right does look great.
the controls are a little annoying, but it's playable because the game pauses when you're in
Right.
combat, so it's not terrible. But I wish I could make it like a in the corner of the screen, like a joypad simulator or something,
Hmm.
like some games have. But anyway,
What about you? What about you, Jeff? What are you playing these days?
So as usual, I've been doing something other than playing games.
Well,
Like,
dude, you know what?
I've been
I know
working.
you have a lot of work and life going on, but fuck that,
Yeah.
dude. What have you been playing?
No, I know. So I got an Xbox One for Christmas. Woo, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and
Yay.
so I played a little bit of Halo,
Okay.
and right now I'm playing Tomb Raider, the new Tomb Raider game.
Oh yeah,
And
it's
the reason I
fantastic.
wasn't talking the whole time you guys were talking about KOTOR is because I'm actually pretty goddamn floored about how good this game looks.
Dude, that game looks amazing.
It's-
It's probably
yeah,
the best
it's-
looking Xbox One game.
yeah.
This is like fucking crazy. Holy shit.
Yes.
It's good. I mean, I like the Xbox is terrible. It's not. I mean, it's you have to be one of those snobby persons that go.
But who says the Xbox is
I
terrible?
could see. It's just hardware specs wise, it is like inferior.
I mean, it's like besides the speed of the RAM, it's identical. Like
No, well, and that's what I'm saying. It's like
but like
can't really
we're talking like seconds of load time here.
But
like,
but you know what I'm talking
people
about.
who
There
complain
are
about that's
people.
just
No.
fucking dumb.
Actually,
No,
we're
but
not. We're not. There are some things about the PS4 that make it quite a bit more powerful, but what that equates to in graphical power, I think, is not that big a deal.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
like the thing is that the shadow resolution might be a little bit lower, or maybe this place's textures might not be.
On a technical level, it's a more powerful machine, but like to
right.
think that
But my
Xbox
point
One
is
games
that
look
you
like
won't.
shit is just dumb.
No, and that's true. The thing is, I think side by side, unless like a game's actually like some game is like, okay, we have to make it like, let's say 720p on the Xbox,
Right.
and 16
I
by
bet
900p.
side by side, most
Yeah.
people can't even fucking tell if they don't see
Yeah.
button prompts.
Yeah,
Right.
Like unless they see an A or an X or something, I bet most people are like, "Whoa, what is that Xbox?" Like, in fact, I'd like to take some of those same assholes if it were possible, and like give them the Pepsi fucking challenge. Like, all right, dude, one of these is a PlayStation, one of them's an Xbox. Let me know which one's which. Hurry up. And I bet
I would
fucking
love to do
50-50.
that. That's actually a great idea.
I bet it's 50-50. They just luck of the draw might pick right a couple times and pick wrong a couple times because
Yeah.
like I've played a couple of games that are cross-platform on both systems, and guess what? They look the fucking same.
The only game I think I have is Thief, and they look the same to me.
They look. I have
but
Thief on both also, and they look the same.
But Thief isn't. I wouldn't call it a graphically intensive game.
But,
like I would like to.
But Thief was a early launch game. It came out like
Right.
very close to launch of both systems. So it's not like the devs had time to make it pretty on either system. So it runs just as shitty
I know.
on both.
I just don't think that's a fair. That game is like a real test for each of those machines.
Oh, how about this? I played GTA 5 on both, and they look fucking exactly the same. But that's technically a last gen game, so I guess that's also not a good measure.
I would
I
think for me, like
Tomb Raider
Batman would be like the best. Tomb Raider and Batman, but Tomb Raider's not on PS4 right now, so there's no way to compare it.
PS4
right?
doesn't get Tomb Raider until like September.
I
Here's
know,
what I'm thinking, though.
but that's my point.
So Tomb Raider is an Xbox exclusive right now, right?
Right.
And this is probably one of the most good-looking games I've seen next gen, at least console-wise.
Oh, you're including PlayStation 2. You're saying as a whole, it's one of the best looking games you've seen on this.
Absolutely.
Gen. Yeah, the game looks fantastic.
Yes,
I agree.
absolutely.
Yeah, you know what I think Microsoft.
And the reason I bring that up is,
go ahead.
I think if you're going to do an exclusive for one platform or the other, you can spend some time, making it look really good on the one platform.
Right.
So the argument may be, if you have to share a game between platforms, then it ends up looking a little bit less. I mean, bad grammar aside, good on Xbox than it does on PS4.
Less
but
good.
That may just be an artifact of having to make it cross-platform.
Right.
Maybe not so much something that says anything about the hardware of Xbox.
I kind of agree with Bobby. I think we throw Batman on that shit, and that would be a good barometer for how they perform.
Yeah.
So did we get to you yet on what you've been doing?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been
Tomb
playing
Raider,
Xbox One.
Xbox One.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it.
I've been playing a lot of weird shit. I've been going through some traveling and stuff too. I've been playing some Hacknet on Steam. You guys try that yet?
I haven't.
Got a Steam sale for $6. I did a video on it. You should check it out, fuckers. Yeah, Hacknet's all right, man. Like somehow they made a game about hacking where you play this hacker, this elite hacker, and you actually feel like you're hacking somehow. Like they really do a good job making you feel like you're a fucking hacker, even though you're not anything close to a hacker. They have you doing command prompt stuff, and it's just a cool game. I also been playing.
You're not.
I'm not what? A hacker?
A hacker.
Oh, you're.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm not a hacker. You guys are hackers. I'm not a hacker.
No, I'm not. I'm not either.
Oh, okay. Someone
I'm a
someone playing it
hacker.
is. Someone playing it is a hacker, I guess. But I'm not. And I also been playing some Fallout. Got back into Fallout. It's starting to click, I think. Only because not only because, but one of the things that helped is I found a certain companion in the game that I find hilarious, and everything I do, this guy just seems to make it better. So, yeah, I don't want to
I
say it.
want to know who you're talking about.
I want to say it, but I don't want to ruin it for Jeff. I don't know if Jeff cares.
Uh, I will play it eventually, but you can say it. That's fine.
Okay. So anyone listening, if you give a fuck, spoiler alert, I'm about to ruin who one of the companions are. So stop listening right now. Come back in like 5 minutes. Yeah, so you get this companion. His name is Strong. You familiar with him, Bobby?
Is he a mutant?
Yeah, he's a super mutant.
Yeah, I got him. I actually haven't used him. I left him at one of my sanctuaries.
Yeah,
I was just like,
you end
fuck
up
off.
rescuing this super mutant, and he's fucking hysterical. You should take him with you. Like, he says some fucked up shit. Like, he talks so much shit about humans, and he talks shit about you, and he's just everywhere you go. He's like, "You humans are fucking idiots." It's just great. He probably doesn't say the F bomb, but he's just a really great character, and he doesn't use guns. So like when you go anywhere, he just runs up with a fucking hammer and starts bashing people.
You know, that's awesome. They don't use ammo then. You just
Yeah.
supply them with a fucking melee weapon. I have tons of them.
Dude, he's great, dude. I just sit there like we go somewhere, people start shooting at us, and they're all super mutants are all big. He just goes running in with his hammer, getting shot, and just beating the shit out of people. It's fantastic. So
Oh yeah.
that game's gotten considerably better since I met Strong. So there's that.
I think I'll take him out for a stroll, but it's gonna fuck up my lonely wanderer perk.
Oh, you're going out by yourself or with the dog, or how do you do that?
You can use the dog when you have that perk,
Oh,
so it
so
doesn't
it's just
affect
you and the
that
dog.
perk.
I mean,
Yeah,
just take him out.
I
for a
don't
little-
use
take
the
him-
dog all the time though.
Well,
But
before him, I was using that detective guy. I like that guy a lot too. He's kind of
I
fun,
used him for a while too,
but
and then
Strong.
I took the reporter chick out too.
I have a mission where I'm supposed to go meet up with her or something. I think is the next big story thing. But I'll stop talking about Fallout now because I don't want to get any deeper. Yes, I've been playing Fallout. I've still been doing the Destiny thing every week. We've been raiding. Now we're raiding on hard mode, and we're doing the hard mode challenges. So we're still grinding away, getting more and more gear for no reason in that. And I still don't know why, but we're still doing it. So yeah, that's that. So what I want to do with today's podcast is I want to ask us about 2016. So I want you guys to think a little bit about stuff. Pick three. All right. So what I want to do is first, well, afterwards we're going to talk about things we want to see in 16. But before that, the fun part is I want you to make each of us have to make 3 predictions of game-related shit that happens in
Oh, snap.
2016. All right. I will start because I know you're probably thinking about it now. First, I think Final Fantasy 15 gets delayed until next year. I don't think that game comes out this year. I think it would have a release day already. Number 2.
I don't agree with that, but we'll get to
Well,
that.
yeah. You have your own predictions. Number 2. I think the new Zelda game gets pushed to next year.
Look you, that was mine.
Number 3. Well, number 3, I'm kind of on the fence about. But I think I don't think Deus Ex is going to be a good game.
Oh, I need to know why you think that.
Yeah, we'll go into that anyway. You guys have your 3s, or do you want me to explain? Elaborate?
I wish I had more time to think about it because I can't think of anything.
I meant to tell you
specific.
earlier. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Way to spring it on it, brother.
Sorry.
How
my
about
bad.
you talk about your predictions
Right.
while I think?
Well, Final Fantasy, I don't know. I just feel like there would be a release day already if there was one. I feel like I bet the game's pretty close to done. They're trying to make an epic out of it, and I just don't see it happening. I think we'd already have a date. Not that no game has released in a short notice because Fallout announced and released fucking 5 months later. So it's totally possible. I just have a weird feeling, especially since like Microsoft already announced Recores next year got pushed back, and the other one with the with the dragons. What's it called? That one.
Oh,
That one they're making with the dragons and the headphones.
yeah, I don't
Oh
remember.
yeah, that's whatchamacallit.
That also
That's Platinum Games making that game.
right. That also got pushed to next. Scalebound. That got pushed to next
Yeah.
year
Scale
also.
that.
So I was thinking like, what else do I see getting pushed next year? And the biggest thing is I think Final Fantasy 15 gets pushed next year. I don't want it to. These aren't things I want to happen. These are just things that I think will happen. And on that
Okay.
same note, I also believe the new Zelda. I don't know why I think that because it's Nintendo and they're gonna release. They're working on hardware and they
Nintendo's notorious for delaying stuff anyway.
plus they got
Right.
this supposedly at E3 they're gonna show whatever their new hardware thing is. And there's all these really shitty rumors I heard on another podcast about what it is, and I'm like, oh god, I really hope that's not true.
Yeah.
Did you
You know,
hear?
I
Did you
have
hear
a
the new speculation?
no. But before we get into that, because I'll forget, just to add to your Zelda delay rumor, or rather,
No, it's just a thought. I have
prediction.
none of these are based on any truth at all. It's just
No,
what
no,
I
I
think.
know. I just meant to say prediction. But I have a friend that I see from time to time, at other friends, like a mutual friend.
Wait, you have
And
friends besides us? Fuck off, man.
yep. Anyway,
What the hell, dude?
Yeah, what the fuck's that about?
he also believes that they're going to delay it. And this is out without me him telling you your point of view. He just told this to me, so it's not.
He texted
It's a common point of
He
view.
texted me just now. Secret meetings with me and your friend because
And-
we're friends also.
But he believes that they won't even release it for the Wii U.
No,
he
I
thinks
don't think it's coming out for anything. I think they announced the new hardware, and then it's gonna like the new hardware is. I don't think the new hardware is coming out Christmas. I think it's early next year, and I think they release it with the new hardware.
Well, actually,
That's just kind of where I'm thinking. I'm thinking they're like, yeah, so we got this new thing comes out in March. Oh, by the way, Zelda's coming out in March because it'll utilize this bullshit. Whatever gimmicky bullshit is on the thing, new Zelda's gonna utilize that bullshit.
so what is that thing that you said earlier?
They
That
s-
was
what I said. I hope that it's not.
no. You said that there was some sort of stuff going around about it, about the new console, I guess.
No,
speculation.
it's just bullshit. Just, I mean, again, based on nothing. Just I'm going off of what the Giant Bomb guys were saying in their podcast, and they were just kind of like they're not that they're hearing. I guess they're just saying that people are saying. I don't know where they're getting this shit from. I really don't. And they made it clear also, just like I'm trying to say right now, that this is not news. This is not based off of any. No Nintendo person said this. That it's something to connect the Wii U and the fucking the 3DS, new 3DS. Like it's not like it's not a new console. It's like a thing to connect them somehow. I don't fucking know. I don't know. It sounded like a horrible idea. That console needs to die.
I just think it needs to get hacked.
Getting hacked would be nice too, because I would like to use my own user-made applications on it.
I'm wondering if
Correct.
it's maybe they'll just make it so that the fucking Wii U can play, or rather the Wii U play
3DS games,
3DS games, and then somehow get the
like upres them,
3DS. Well, and I think they're trying to do it the other way around.
like how
play-
the 3DS play Wii U games.
Yeah, and maybe that's the way to do that is to connect some sort of storage device
Like
or something.
some knapsack some fanny pack that you carry around that connects to the 3DS so that
I don't know. I hope
no, I don't
not.
know. I'm speculating too. I don't fucking know. It's Nintendo. Whatever bullshit they make will be fucking bullshit to me until they prove that they can make something like modern. I don't know. You know my feelings on these fuckers. And then my last prediction.
I have a.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to explain
No.
my last prediction. For whatever reason, I feel like Deus Ex is not going to be what we want it to be, and I think they're going to scale it back to some more action-oriented, straightforward shooter and get away from what we loved about the last one. I feel I just have this weird feeling that they don't understand what we liked about Deus Ex. I feel like they think that we liked.
Why do you feel that way?
I don't know. I'm just weird gut feelings, Mike Morgan feelings. I'm not going off of anything. It'll have all the augmentations and it'll have all these upgrades, but it'll be like 15 straightforward levels, maybe big open world levels, but like I don't know. Something in me just says that it's not.
Well, the last one was very, it was kind of level based. It wasn't all open and connected.
But it was like 3 huge open worlds, like not huge, but like 3 open areas.
Yeah, and that turned me off a little bit.
Was it more than 3? I don't remember. But yeah, it was like open areas. But I feel like they're going to streamline it even more. I feel like it's going to be like Call of Duty with augmentations almost. Like, hey, all right, here's your guy.
Yeah.
You upgrade him. You level him up, sure. But here's level 1. Go do it. Okay. Now you're in level 2. Go do it. Okay. Now you're in level 3. Oh, you have to talk to a guy in this level. Now go do it. That's kind of... And I feel like it's going to get away from...
I really hope you're wrong.
Oh, on all 3, just to make it clear, on all 3 of these predictions, I hope I'm wrong. Because I want all the games to come out now. And I want Deus Ex to be great because I love the last Deus Ex. It's just one of those weird things that I'm like, people are so hyped up over this fucking thing and there's so much marketing behind it. And they want it in as many hands as possible. They want it to sell so much better than the last one did. How you do that? You turn it into fucking Call of Duty. That's how.
Sadly, I think if they did that, you're right that it would sell 1 million copies.
Oh, it surely would. People want shit to just go. People don't want to think about shit. It's a miracle to me that Fallout sells so well, and that's probably just name recognition alone, I think.
Yeah.
All right. So you had another prediction, or you had a prediction?
So yeah, what is it? 3 predictions that we get?
Yeah, I mean, sure. We can go 4, 5, 12, 2, whatever. When
right,
has
so
DGx ever been known to follow the fucking rules?
Well, I can see that there are some very specific rules, so let me go ahead and try and follow.
My name is Bobby. I don't follow fucking rules.
Hey, my name is Bobby. I have 45 predictions, and they're better than yours. I don't know. I forgot why we were making fun of Bobby at this point, but
it's only because he put down his phone to go get his his Surface. That's
yeah. Okay. All right.
We find reasons.
Yeah, okay, I remember now.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm just eating ice cream and crying to myself.
He's eating ice cream.
You're eating ice cream, though.
He's eating ice cream off of his Surface Pro. My name is Bobby. I eat food on my Surface Pro because I have 50
He's
of them.
using it as a plate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why would you eat ice cream off a fucking plate? Use a bowl, goddammit. But I have a Surface shaped like a bowl, so...
I have shit nut on the market. Alright, sorry, go.
So my predictions are... I don't know. I didn't really stop thinking about it yet. I think they will, at very least, Nintendo, that is, reveal the NX this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's absolutely new hardware. Okay. I mean, no offense to Giant Bomb, but I mean,
they were just bullshit. And when they said it, I kind of was like, yeah, I could see that happening.
I don't know, man. I think a connection between Wii U and DS would be stupid.
Well, yeah.
I mean, not that Nintendo doesn't do stupid shit, but that would be it would be extra stupid.
No, it would be an absolute mistake. It would be the worst idea ever, which is exactly why which is exactly why I thought it was realistic.
It would be a connection between an awful failing platform and one that's actually flourishing. So I think what they'll do is a different kind of stupid, and it'll be something that's actually new hardware, possibly VR, and
okay,
somehow has something to do with mobile gaming.
Okay.
So that's my Nintendo prediction.
Okay.
So VR is super crazy hot right now, right? Everybody wants to do something VR.
We're going to talk about that.
So
we're going to talk about that a lot in a little while.
I'm sure we will. Okay. I can totally see Nintendo sort of faking everybody out, and then NX is some kind of VR thing. Maybe for Wii U. I don't know. I know that's sort of a crazy prediction.
And then it's like,
but
the new Zelda is completely in VR.
Oh, well, that would be fucking awesome. So my other prediction about Nintendo is that they'll pull a Twilight Princess and it'll come out for both, but you're right, only when the new console comes out.
Right.
I haven't thought of my third one yet.
That's fine. Bobby's got to come up with something at some point.
I have 2, but I don't have... well, actually, I have 3, but it's the same as Jeff's.
Oh.
One of them is the same as Jeff's.
Okay.
But it enforces my third theory.
Okay.
So, you want me to go?
Yeah, why not? Let's go.
All right. So my first theory is that at E3, Square will announce that they'll release the first chapter of Final Fantasy VII this year, probably before the end of the year.
Okay, that's a good one.
I believe Nintendo will show the NX at E3.
I think they'll show
And-
it. Yeah, I think that's true. Yeah.
I think, and I know this is kind of a huge bet in my representation of the NX, but I think they're going to show off the new Mario game. I don't think it's going to be ready when the NX comes out, but I think that they're going to use it to show off the NX. And I only think that because I think the biggest mistake with the Wii U is that when they revealed the Wii U, there was nothing. There was no game
Right.
to go with it. So,
Why Mario though?
it's their flagship. I mean, the Mario is the face of Nintendo more than any of the other characters.
They never, like, even with the Wii, they didn't show a Mario game till much later.
I know that, and I'm just predicting that they're going to
right.
try and reverse that mistake.
Gotcha.
Is kind of what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
So that's those are my predictions for the year.
I think those are pretty good fucking predictions, guys. I think
so too. Actually,
I think
yeah.
everybody has pretty well thought out predictions that any one of them could sound realistic. You know.
Yeah, we're awesome.
So that goes to my next thing, which you're kind of getting at. The Oculus Rift is out for pre-order, and a price has been released, and a date has been released, and it is $600 fucking dollars. Discuss.
Oh, what's the date? I missed that part.
Wasn't it March 28th or something? Yeah, I think it's March 28th. Here, let me go to Oculus.com so I can look it up while I order mine.
And
I'm really disappointed with that price.
First shipments are March 28th. Here we go. I'm going to pre-order now. Oh, I can't find my credit card. Fuck this price. Yeah, I'm yeah, $599 is a lot of money, man.
It is.
I will be honest though. I'm not going to say I'm not going to get one. I mean, it depends.
At that price, I'm never getting one. I'm not even gonna lie about it.
I like it. I like this. I like VR, and I want to use it. I really do.
Liking it and willing to spend $600 on it is two different things. Like, for
me.
One.
I know that everybody's not going to get one, but I know that I would love to play Elite Dangerous in that. I would just it would be fucking ridiculous.
I agree.
So is Elite Dangerous one of the games that they're releasing with? They have some
Elite Dangerous has announced that they're going to support it.
They've actually, I think it already supports it because like the dev kits work with it.
Okay. Well,
so yeah,
yeah.
So,
I'm with you. I think this cranks it up, but at $600, like.
Yes, but I don't want to pay $600, regardless.
Well, I'm not going to. I refuse to feed a company to think that that's okay. That's
right.
Why I didn't buy PS3 till it came down to the magic number that we discussed in chat, which I think is $400.
Well, but the thing I want to know is first, before I decide that, because I understand what you're saying, but their claim is that the materials that they're using to make it, especially the screens, are expensive.
Fuck that.
To accomplish what they're accomplishing with it,
right?
And it makes sense. I mean, I understand why.
Yep.
So, but I know the Sony ones. It's not as great. You know, it's not as high as resolution.
How do you know?
Because I've used the lower end Oculus Rift, and the Sony one isn't even like that good. You know, as far as the technical specs behind it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Forget technical specs. I want to
based on the experience of other people using it. No, I'm not saying it doesn't work great, but there is a quality difference in the visuals that you see. And that's not to say I will never get the Sony one. I'm interested in it, but as far as the Valve one and the Oculus one for PC gaming, which is where I think it'll thrive more than on the PS4. I I want to see what the price is of the Vive in comparison, because that's where the real compare and contrast is going to play.
The one
Like,
that's
is it really worth this much money? Are they really manufacturing a high-end VR product?
I
And
fully
that's
believe
is that what I'm paying for?
I fully believe them when they say it's worth $600, and I fully believe them when they say put quality parts in there and all this stuff. I don't think they're lying. What I'm saying is that $600 is an early adopter price, and fuck that. The one that gets down to $400 first is the one that I buy. That's just me. I know a lot of people, like Giant Bomb I was just talking about, the things they were saying. Those guys seem totally content spending $600 on it. They think it's totally worth it. And more power to them. I cannot fucking bring myself to, like, I want that thing. I don't want that to sound like I don't want VR and I don't want one of those headsets, because I really fucking do. I made Jeff bring in his Google Cardboard so I could fuck with that on my phone, because I want to try it. I want to use this stuff.
And it's pretty cool.
It's very goddamn cool for such low tech.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing, is that Google Cardboard, it's good, but it's not the same.
No, I'm not saying it's the same.
It's like,
I'm not talking about the Samsung Gear VR either. That doesn't count. That's no one wants to fucking use Samsung shit anymore. Like the first headset is the Sony one or the Vive, or even Oculus lowers their price in 6 months or 3 months or however long it takes. The one that gets to $400, that's the one I get.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, my prediction for that is that the Sony one will be the cheapest out of all of them.
Then that's the one I'll probably get.
Yeah, I think it's going to be cheaper, and because they want people to buy it. I think you're right that the price is way too high, and I think a lot of people, more people, because all the people that say they're going to get it, I think most of them are like real huge PC gaming buffs.
Right.
That sink thousands of dollars into their computer anyway. You know what I mean?
Right.
So $600 to them is like, oh, that's it? I spent more of that than that on my video card. You know?
I just feel like...
But that's the other thing. If you have a PS4 and you get the headset for the PS4, you're going to get it because the PS4 is $400, and a headset, let's say they just make it $400. Let's say that's the price they make it, right? That's $800 for a VR experience. If you want the VR experience for a fucking computer, it's like $1,400 probably. Because especially if your computer's not good enough.
That's the thing. That's the bigger problem. The thing costs $600, and then the cost of entry is a fucking $970. That's the smallest video card you can have. It's a fucking $300+ video card. Like, you're not just asking people to spend all this money on this thing. Like, you're telling people that they need a legitimately high-end rig. So now that's not like cost of entry is just high. That's cost of entry is outrageous. If you don't have a 970, which I'm guessing most people do not, you're talking about damn near $1,000 to play this thing, because a 330, because the cheapest 970 I could find on Amazon, which I didn't do too much digging, just to be honest, was like $330.
No, they're still expensive.
No, they're really bad. So the cheapest one I found was $330. So you're talking about $330 plus sales tax, and then on Oculus Rift was $600. That's $950 for this thing. Which, if you think about it, PlayStation plus imagine PlayStation owns $400. A PlayStation plus that is $800. So it's not that much cheaper.
And
you already have a PlayStation. Yeah, you already have a PlayStation, and that's ready to go.
Processor and games and everything else.
But that's just a video card. What if you're going to need more RAM?
Right. Some people need RAM.
Some
people need more USB.
You may need to get a new motherboard to support your video card.
Oh, you need USB 3. So if your motherboard doesn't have USB 3, you need USB 3 and USB 3 splitter in some cases. If your motherboard doesn't have 3 of them.
So here's the thing. I think it's a matter of messaging. I think you're both kind of hitting on the point, right? So there are people who will say, okay, it's a PC product. I'm maybe somebody who doesn't mind spending a bunch of money on my PC. It's not a big deal to me. I'm going to buy it. And then you maybe have other people who say, okay, I love video games. I don't mind spending money on video games, but that's really expensive. Right. So the messaging part is they really have to market this thing to say this is the best possible thing you can use for VR. Or even better, this is like the next step in video gaming. This is for real
Right.
next gen. It's not even just about graphics. It's about the whole experience is different. And this is the correct way. The best way.
The biggest problem is just that, though. Up until now, it's about to release.
Making people understand it?
Well, making people
understand why they want the thing.
Well, that's why. There's no game to make them want it.
Right.
They haven't said there's any
specific. So basically, they're asking people to buy this thing on promises.
So not only that, how hard is it for them to market this to people who have no idea what VR is?
Extremely hard.
Like, how do you know what it is unless you...
They have to put them in every video game store in Best Buy. They have to put them everywhere.
That's what I'm saying. You can't understand what it is until you use it. Like, Bobby, I think, is probably the only one of the three of us that has really used something that's similar to what they're marketing. And when he talked about it, I was like, wow, that sounds amazing, but I want to use it. You know what I mean? I want to see it.
Right. Well, I have something to tell you guys.
Okay.
You know I'm moving to Austin, Texas. Oh, who's getting the ice? Is that you?
Sorry, it's me. Sorry. I'll be done in a second.
Leave it to Jeff.
If you guys want, I'll fart afterwards. Okay, go ahead.
You know I'm moving to Austin, Texas in a week.
Yeah, I know that.
The place where I'll be staying, my house, is 1 hour north of PAX South.
Which nice. You get to go to PAX.
Which is in San Antonio, Texas. This year, I've already talked to the wife about it. I will be going to PAX.
That's awesome.
So,
congratulations.
At the end of the month, at the end of this month,
Bobby, you're so supportive.
Thank you, Bobby. Well, what I'm getting at is at the end of this month, I should know what an Oculus and Vive and all that stuff is like because I should be able to try that stuff there.
God damn it! At the end of the month?
Oh, dude, it's like January 28th, 29th, and 30th or something.
Fuck.
He sounds very disappointed.
Are you going to Austin
stay here and like work
reason?
And shit? No.
Oh, were you thinking of flying over?
Go...
Huh? Were you thinking of flying over?
No, not really. But I mean
it's,
like
actually the tickets to Austin are pretty cheap. Honestly, I could probably.
I'm sure they are, but like,
and that's no way that's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
I'll tell you now, dude.
Oh,
I know the lines. I know the lines are going to be crazy. I know.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Like, thousands of people fly out to that fucking thing.
From what I can gather, PAX South is the slowest of all of them.
You have to tell me, because it's like the PAX up here. I mean, because it started out here.
That's PAX Prime.
People fly in from people fly from out of the country, dude. It's annoying.
That's the most insane one though.
Yeah.
PAX South is actually, I believe it's the smallest one of all the three. Yeah. I was looking. I realized that PAX South was down there, so I was like, oh shit, maybe I can go to that this year. And then I realized that it's like in a couple weeks, and I was like, fuck, man, that's great. So I told my wife, like, hey, I really want to go to this thing, and she's like, all right, well, be home for dinner. I was like, so yeah, I'm going to fucking PAX. Which I've never been to a game convention or anything, so this is like I literally can't fucking wait. I know Bobby's done the PAX thing before. You've been twice, right?
I've been 3 times.
Oh, 3 times. So Bobby's seen this kind of the kind of environment. I've never seen it except in magazines and pictures and shit. So I'm pretty excited. And
3 times a lady.
With it being so close to the Oculus coming out, I would have to imagine that Oculus is going to have like a huge like presence there with a lot of shit set up for people to try it. So, yeah, I can't wait.
So I'm excited because I think Mike's going to go there and use an Oculus and come back and be like, that shit is fucking amazing.
That's my real concern is that I'm sitting here and I'm such a hard ass. Like, I'm not buying that fucking thing for $600. And then, we get a little money from taxes and our house selling, and I'm like...
So I have to, like, right now, the way that everything kind of worked out with Oculus, I have to believe that's what's going to happen. If it doesn't, everything you're saying right now is right.
If it does, if that happens,
if it
then
doesn't work out that way, if it doesn't work out that way, then everything you're saying is right, and there's no reason it should be that expensive, except that maybe they really did spend much money on it.
Yes, but there's a chance I come back from that show and we do a podcast, and I'm like, guys, I need a fucking Oculus. There's a chance that happens. I will eat my words.
I'm saying 99%.
99, Jesus.
99%.
So, Jeff, what do you think of
That's
like
my third prediction. Go ahead, Bob.
Mike will want an Oculus by the end of PAX. That's the prediction.
Yes. Yep.
What do you think about the VR, the cardboard?
I really like it. I think it's really cool, but it's a toy.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what
It's
it is. There's no real game.
I suspect the
But does it
experience-
does it make you want to see games in that
Yes.
way?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Like
I
when
think it
Jeff brought
shows
to
me the
work,
potential. Yeah.
Jeff brought it to work, and I used it, and I even just the menu where I look around and you're just looking in this open environment. I imagine like fuck if I had a sword and I could walk around and just not even a sword. What if I could just walk around this area and look for stuff and look around? There's nothing else to do. What if I could just walk around and do stuff?
Like
I would
like
be
that game, The Witness would be perfect for like Oculus Rift.
Yeah.
Like like puzzle
is that?
games.
I don't
Like
know.
it's the guy who made Braid. It's like
Right.
some puzzle game he's making for it.
Mhm.
Games like I also think a good genre that would work on VR is adventure games, but like those LucasArts adventure games,
Right.
or games where you wander around and solve puzzles with items in the environment. So you don't necessarily need to be like jumping and shooting or making all these crazy movements. You could just be moving with the controller and then manipulate items with the controller. You don't need to.
Can I throw in a late prediction that just hit me since we've been talking about
Yeah.
this?
No.
Go ahead.
So Sony,
I mean, yes.
Sony is going to announce their headset probably a little bit after the Oculus comes out. They're probably going to price it low because they're really good at taking advantage of people's pricing, right?
Yeah.
And then here's the real prediction, right? Forget the price. That's not part of the prediction. Here's the real prediction.
Okay, sir.
Their killer app is going to be No Man's Sky.
Oh, that would be
Boom.
fucking awesome.
Wow.
Boom. No Man's
Yeah.
Sky is going to be their killer app. It launches day and date with No Man's Sky and their headset, and it blows the fucking world away.
Wow.
That would be awesome.
And
That's
they
really
launch in
neat.
June with No Man's Sky as their premium VR game.
That's a neat idea. But actually, isn't Elite Dangerous on PS4 as well?
Not yet.
Oh, it's not?
No, it's
I thought
Xbox only right now. I don't know if they even
The only
released a
thing-
date for
I
that.
don't know. The thing is, I'm not sure if they can technically do that, like with like the technology of the headset and the PS4, because I think the VR experience is all in 720p, and I'm not sure what other video limitations it has due to that. Like
What do you mean for
they said it was like
No
well,
Man's
they
Sky or
said
for?
they said for the Morpheus, like
Right.
the games that you could play with the Morpheus
It's called
are
PlayStation
going to be
VR officially,
right. Well, whatever.
which I think is a horrible name, by the way. PlayStation
Anyway.
VR.
I
It's
think it
kinda
makes
like
sense.
Ultra
It's not a
64.
great name,
Right.
but it's just like they're just branding. They're just expanding the brand.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, I think what they said before was that the PlayStation VR is only capable of doing PlayStation 3 graphics. So I don't know if that translates into what No Man's Sky is requiring of the PS4. Yeah, I don't know if they could downscale it to like a PS3 version, or if they find some magical way to do it. I'm not saying it's impossible. I just don't know if it's possible.
Oh, I'm just speculating. I have no idea. I'm just saying if you're Sony, right? And Sony's obviously like they're backing No Man's Sky a lot. They're pouring a bunch of money into that company and all their shit. Like how do you really? Because basically, like you just said, there's no game that everybody has. Like sure, everybody says that Eve Valkyrie's a great thing to test out, but just like cardboard, they're like advanced toys. You know, there's no killer VR app yet. There's no game that anyone has said, dude, this is the game that makes you need a VR thing. So far, it's just a novelty that everybody wants because it's fucking awesome, right?
Right.
So
I mean,
what's
it's
the
just
thing-
a display.
Yeah.
Right. So what's
By
the thing
itself.
that takes it to the next level? Sony is in there with these guys who's developing No Man's Sky, who has stopped showing footage for who knows what reason. Probably because of the regular reason, because they're developing. Or is it because they're making it VR?
So I think that's a totally feasible prediction.
I think
a
I
really
think if that
very
game
good
comes
laugh.
out with a VR, right? I think Sony sells a bazillion of those fucking things because people are going to want to play that game in the most immersive way possible, and I can't imagine another way to play that game more immersively than a fucking VR headset.
Yeah,
Right.
I would buy a Morpheus if they said No Man's Sky exclusive 1 year, or Sony just buys that fucking studio
they won't,
and that No Man's Sky.
They won't
only
make
way
that
to-
mistake. I don't think they'll make No Man's Sky exclusive to VR. I just think it'll be compatible.
No, not exclusive to VR.
Oh, exclusive
just
to Sony.
Exclusive to the Sony.
Well, it is a Sony console exclusive. It'll never come out on Xbox.
I thought it was going to be on PC too.
No, it's coming out on PC eventually. It's coming out on. All right, so it's a console exclusive for PlayStation, and it's a timed exclusive on PlayStation. So it'll be probably like Tomb Raider is for Xbox. It'll be like, all right, except it'll never come out on Xbox. So it'll be like, all right, in June it's on PlayStation, and for Christmas it'll hit Oculus. I'm sorry, PC. Which if they do the PlayStation
actually,
thing, it'll probably go to Oculus also.
If your prediction is correct, then Oculus would be the place.
Oculus
Man,
Revive
it makes so
or
much
whatever.
sense what you're saying.
Well, every now and again, out of my hundreds and hundreds of rambling bullshit, something decent comes out. So I've got the PlayStation VR website up because I wanted to see if they give any specs, and it's like PlayStation VR combines a landscape scaling full HD LCD 1080p display in a uniquely developed optical unit. So that means 1080p split into two different eyes. So you're probably right. A vast 3D space in front of, which is what I think the DK2 did for the Oculus. I don't remember.
So is the consumer version of Oculus 1080p in both?
No,
I
it's
don't know.
it's 4K screen.
I don't
It's
know.
it's a fucking high res screen.
No, but they said they use two
right?
different screens now. They don't do a single screen split in half like they did originally. Now it's two
Oh,
separate
okay.
screens for two different eyes. So I don't know what the resolution are specifically for each one. Actually, I have Oculus's I have Oculus's
issue is
website
that-
up right now.
Like what Bobby said with PS4 is that it has to draw twice. So if you're playing a PS4 game, and it needs to draw the PS4 game twice,
No, wait,
which would make it
is the
significantly less
PlayStation
powerful.
VR
Yeah,
one
but that's
screen?
that's not necessarily different than when they were making 3D games anyway. I mean, maybe it's a little different.
Yes, it is. No, yes, it is. What I'm trying to tell you is it actually has to draw the game twice in two different perspectives.
No, but 3D
Yeah,
did
So
that.
it needs
3D
more
did
power
that
to
too.
be able to do that.
No, but 3D did that.
What
just
do you mean?
when
3D what?
3D games. The PS3 was doing that. It's drawing the game from two different perspectives to create a 3D image.
Well,
remember
it
there's some
depends on the
game,
kind
But-
of 3D
Uncharted was 3D. If you had a 3D TV and Uncharted, you can turn on 3D in the menu and then put on your 3D glasses, and it's in 3D, which it's still drawing the game twice, just for two different.
It's not the same method though, and
Right.
like so for like VR 3D, so there's one screen VR 3D where they literally draw for one eye, which sees one section of the screen, and then they draw for the other eye in a different perspective in another section of the screen.
In
But they're
quick
still
succession,
dividing.
right?
They're still dividing the overall resolution of that screen in half for each eye. So you
Right.
get lower
Right.
resolution on both sides when you do.
Right.
So let's say it's 1080p, you get twice that, what you said earlier, or not twice that, half of each in both eye. So you get a lower res image, but you still get 3D. Same thing happens on.
A 3D TV, but
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's what 3D TVs do, but they do it in a different mesh method.
No.
But the
It
Oculus,
depends on
but
the
when the
type of
Oculus
TV,
has
right?
two different screens, it's got to render 4K for each eye because it has two separate.
no, but I don't think
4K.
it's 4K on each eye though. I think combined it's 4K, but it's
Okay.
like it's two different smaller
it's
screens.
1080p regardless. It's got to do that max resolution on both screens, and that's overhead. That's a lot of overhead. It's different than the way the PS3 does it and the PS4 when you play 3D games.
I've never played a 3D game, to be honest.
Neither have I. My assumption was that it's different depending on how the display works. So you have active 3D and you have passive 3D, right? So active 3D actually shows a different image to each of your eyes at slightly offset the way your brain works.
Right.
To see in 3D
The other
actual.
one, does the other
3D.
one flicker
Wait,
back
are
and
you
forth?
saying active?
So
Yeah,
active
active
right. So
does that.
passive actually don't know how passive works, but my impression is that passive is more of a plane view where there are different planes. So like if you watch an animated movie in 3D, it seems like there are just like 3 or 4 different flat planes laid out in front of you. Which maybe the processing time to do that is the same. I don't know.
Well,
But
passive
active-
is more. Yeah, like
Go ahead.
there's 2 different planes of perspective,
Mhm.
and one I can only see it because one lens is dark and one is bright. So that there's like the passiveness is that the glasses don't do anything. There's just you're just seeing it's just being they're both being obscured by each eye based on brightness level.
Okay, so
Active-
one eye sees
so-
one
yeah.
side of the frame and one eye sees another.
Yeah, but in active,
So essentially
that's
it's doing the
constantly-
same thing as
yeah.
far as processing.
Right.
Well,
In
that's what I'm
active,
saying. It's
it's
still rendering 2
constantly
images,
rotating.
no matter how you look at
Right.
it.
Okay.
But
Okay.
but it's splitting that with the overall screen space.
Right.
That's the
Right.
difference. But when you but if the Oculus works the way you said, where it's 2 separate screens, then it's got high
Don't
resolution
quote me
for
on
both
that.
eyes.
Don't quote me on that. I'm thinking
So-
that, but I mean, it doesn't. Well,
I'm pretty certain that the Crescent Bay, which is the retail version, they had 4K screen in it. One screen.
On their website, it just says resolution 2160 by 1200, which
So,
isn't quite 4K,
does
but it's
it-
close.
Does
Okay,
it matter
2K.
if it's 2 screens or 1 screen? Because
Uh,
it's splitting the
it doesn't
screen in
say-
half
it
and your
doesn't
eye
say
sees
2
one side
screens,
or
but it
the
just
other.
says-
Well, it matters what resolution the 2 screens are if they use 2 screens. So if they
They're
use
the
one
same
screen,
resolution.
yeah. So if it's 2 screens and they're 2K resolution, whatever that resolution stands for, then that's overall higher quality. If it's one screen at that resolution, then you lose some quality, but that's still pretty high quality screen.
I don't
Alright,
think
so
that's true because if it's
hear
one
me out.
screen at 4K,
Here, check
and
this
I'll
out.
let it go after this, but if it's one screen at 4K, you're still just looking at 4K in both eyes.
It's not 4K. So here,
Okay.
on raw rendering costs, a traditional 1080p game at 60 Hz requires 124 million shaded pixels per second. In contrast, the Rift runs at 2160 by 1200 at 90 Hz split over dual displays. So it is 2 different displays split in half on that thing to combine to 2160 by 1200,
Okay.
consuming 233 million pixels per second. And that's why it needs such a big GPU. So it is spitting really high resolution at 2
Right.
different screens.
Right. And that's good.
No, that's great. Except
but
I
the
don't want to pay
best thing
$600
about that-
for it until PAX
Right.
apparently, according
Well,
to
the
Jeff.
best thing about Oculus 3D and 3D glasses that I've known, opposed to like traditional 3D, is that for me, I don't see crosstalk. Like a lot of times when I go, so actually some of the better theaters don't have this, but sometimes when I go to the movies, you'll see like a little ghosting of a character or something.
Oh, you mean when you watch it in 3D?
Yeah.
Oh,
Or if I'm
avoid,
playing,
I avoid 3D movies.
Yeah.
I don't
I
play them. I don't watch them. I don't like them.
but with VR headsets, that's gone. You don't see that because there's no interference. You're not
Right.
actually seeing what the other eye's
Yeah,
seeing.
there's no
you
way
know,
to
you're
see
actually-
what the other eye sees in a whole different
Yeah.
area.
Yeah.
Well, so the movies that I've watched in the theater are mostly passive. I think I only watched active once, and it was like early days at IMAX, where they give you these like heavy glasses. You watch active 3D, but like when you go to MovieCo or whatever it's called now, it's passive 3D. They give you like polarized glasses, and
Yeah,
you're
those
watching
Right.
passive
throwaway
3D.
glasses.
I think that's
Yeah,
most places.
Yeah.
But I actually
think
think
that-
passive 3D now actually looks pretty good in the theater.
So I watched Star Wars in passive 3D, and I thought it was pretty good.
I
I mean,
saw it-
obviously, if you have like a scene that's high action, it can get a little funny, but I think they did it well to where it doesn't stand out so much.
When I watched it the second time, I watched it in 3D, and it was really good. I saw
Yeah,
Mad Max in 3D though, and I was annoyed because
Yeah.
I was the problem is if you're too close and too far to the left or right,
Right.
it sucks. it's a technology that's like that kind of technology is only good if you're fairly in the center and back far enough.
Right.
And that's why I waited to see it in 3D because I didn't want to go watch it when everybody was there and then you couldn't get a seat. You know.
Yeah.
I didn't want to. I love that Star Wars movie, but I did not want to get in line like 2 hours before just so I made sure I got a seat before everybody got it. Yeah.
I was worried that was going to happen, and luckily it did not. So,
Jeff, I'm happy that did not happen to you.
Thank you.
I did not watch it in 3D, as I do not. I tend to not enjoy 3D in 3D movies. I wear glasses. I don't know if that has part of it. I know Jeff does too, so I guess that can't completely be it. But I wear glasses, and I never can quite get the image to stay sharp during a 3D movie. I feel like I spend half the movie.
Do you take your glasses off when you put the 3D glasses on?
Then when I do that, things come in fuzzy. Like I can never.
I just wear them over my glasses.
No, I wear them over my glasses because that's what I kind of have to do. But then I can never find. I can never get it to be perfectly crisp. So when I watch a movie, I watch regular. I'll watch regular IMAX or regular movie, and I tend to enjoy that a lot more than watching a 3D version.
So, I actually don't like IMAX 3D.
Right? Is it because it's too big?
Actually, I just don't like the effect, the 3D effect.
Okay.
I actually notice crosstalk more, and I like what you're saying. I noticed that, but when I go to a theater that uses real D 3D or whatever it's called,
Real 3D.
That's another. Yeah. It's also a passive one. It looks fine. Things don't pop out nearly as much in an IMAX, but the picture's way cleaner, and you still see the 3D effect when it matters.
I think IMAX non 3D is a great experience. Is what I usually would go for if they have it. Non 3D IMAX, just the big screen, the crazy speakers, and that's my type of shit. Yeah.
But
Yeah. So.
There's some dead air here. Jeff's probably playing Tomb Raider
Jeff
right
is
now.
100% playing Tomb Raider. There's no doubt about it.
He's like, I wish I could play Tomb Raider in VR.
I actually stopped.
Oh. I've actually had the weirdest craving to get, and I know this happens every week, and then you talk me out of it, or someone talks me out of it. I've been thinking about getting Xenoblade Chronicles X. I sit there thinking like, man, I would love to play a good old JRPG.
Let me tell you something.
Sure.
All right, it'll convince you not to get it. Real easy.
You did this last time too, so I welcome the
Oh no, it's going to be real short. Last time I went on a long tirade. I haven't played it in like weeks. Like I haven't even touched it.
No desire to play it.
I think about it, and then I think about how like what I got to do to get to the fun of it, and I just don't want to do it. I just feel like I just don't feel like if let's say I was like rich and I didn't have to go to work, then I would do it because I would have the time. But you know what I mean?
So you're saying it's
but
a
I feel
time
like
fuck.
It takes it's just not worth the amount of time you got to sink into it. Like if they changed the pacing of the game,
right.
And you could level up faster, or they actually laid things out a little better. If they modernized the game more, if they designed the game better, just plain and simple, it would have been a better game. But they made some bad design choices.
It sounds like that's not. It sounds like it's not something they could just patch.
No, I'm not saying they could. Well, they could patch it. I mean, if they wanted to.
It sounds like you're saying it's kind of a bad game.
It kind of sounds like you're saying it's a bad game.
It's a bad game. It's a bad game that could have been a good game.
That's kind of what Polygon said.
That.
Yeah, they said there's a good game hidden under a bunch of bullshit.
Johnny Gunn.
Yeah.
The return of Johnny Gunn. I gotta try to get that guy to come to our podcast.
He was gonna do it. What happened?
I dropped the ball. Well, no, I actually didn't drop the ball. No one showed up that week anyway, so it was fine.
Oh, yeah.
You asshole.
You did a Lonely Cast that week, right?
I did. No, that wasn't the week of Lonely Cast. I was gonna do one tonight actually. If
I would have showed up if Johnny Gunn was going to be there. He
Yeah,
just
me
never.
too.
You said he never responded to you when you hit him back.
well, I couldn't get everybody to say yeah they'd be on, so I didn't want to go pushing him to be on, and then me and him be sitting there having phone sex.
That would have been the best.
And
That would have
Johnny
been the,
Gunn.
that would have been the best episode of the podcast
Yeah,
ever.
it'd be like, so what are you wearing, dude? Yeah, you have a hairy chest. Tell me
No.
what you
You're a guy's guy more. I think
Tell me-
you could
tell
have
me what
got
you
him
wanna do to me.
engaged in some conversation.
tell me what you want to do to me.
Oh my god. That would have been the best episode ever.
Jeff's just getting hard thinking about it.
Getting hard.
Yeah, right, dude. Earth's been on this thing on mute, furiously masturbating for fucking.
Oh man.
Earth, what are you doing, dude? Ah! It's kind of weird, man. Just be totally honest. Ah!
He just gets louder and intensifies it.
Yeah,
If you think that's weird,
Earthy gone. Oh, Earth.
So I think it's funny that when you first explained that Earth was furiously masturbating, it didn't occur to me that he was yelling.
What did you think the yelling was?
No, I didn't. I don't know what I thought he was doing, but then you explained that he was yelling, and it was very, very funny to me. Because he's just jacking off, just yelling. I don't know why, but that's very funny.
Yes, that is precisely what was happening.
that is funny.
Oh, man.
That is exactly.
Thank you.
I
Oh, man.
cannot wait
But you know
until
what's
Earth
funny?
listens to this.
It's funny. It's funny because Earth doesn't sound anything like that. So for him to make this big, grunty yell while masturbating,
Yeah, you just kind of got to know Earth, which I guess if anybody listens to the podcast, they might. You know, he chimes in every 6 or 7 minutes, and he goes, "Yeah, I think so too."
I don't even know if he chimes in that much.
Meanwhile, when he masturbates, he's like, "Ah!"
oh man,
You know, Earth's a quiet guy and everything until he masturbates.
he was so sweet until he got
He
home and
was, he was such a
masturbated.
nice guy until he got fucking hard.
That should be the title of the podcast. He was so nice until he got hard.
Oh gosh,
Oh, fuck my hell.
we're going to hell, man. I just hope you guys know that.
It's good.
Oh boy.
It's alright.
Oh my god.
Oh Earth.
Ah!
Oh boy. Okay, we should just quit on a high note now.
Is he screaming because he's just trying to get squeeze one more out?
No, he's screaming because the difference between joy and pleasure and hell is like the same. There is no difference to him.
Well, I thought he was just angry though. Isn't it that what furious means when you're furiously masturbating? You're just angry about it.
You know, I guess I hadn't put too much thought into what fury is in masturbation.
Isn't that what furious means?
I know, that's what I mean.
I guess I
You're
never
right.
thought about it.
There's absolutely no joy when he has a hard on. He just gets angry
That's
about
my
it.
point. That was my point. That hadn't occurred to me for some reason. But it makes so much sense now that you just explain it in the dictionary. You're like, furious.
Furious.
Angry.
To be angry. Loud. Crazy. To be
Can you
Earth.
just
Used in a sentence.
can you use that?
Furious
Can you use the
masturbation.
word furious in a sentence? Earth is furiously masturbating.
He's furious in a sentence. Earth masturbates furiously.
It's so great.
Oh boy.
This isn't so much a podcast as it is just an exploration of Earth's masturbating tendencies.
As it should be.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Oh man. I can't wait to speak to Earth so we can like confirm or deny his masturbation techniques.
Like Earth, did you listen to podcast number 10? It's so good.
I
You
think
need to
it's
just listen
9,
to it.
but okay.
Whatever.
Yeah,
That
whatever.
was close.
It's Earth duration.
Earth-turbation.
You guys are going to hell, man.
You're the one who started
Because we
screaming.
talked about
Ah!
That's valid. You're right. I deserve that.
I feel like there are many things worse on this planet than talking about Earth masturbating.
I feel like talking about Earth masturbating is probably one of the worst things we could talk about. At the very least, who the fuck wants to hear about that?
Somehow I don't think it's that bad.
It's only like it's ranked 800 on the worst list, but it's still 800, and it's still on the worst list.
Right. Yes, it's Earth masturbating.
It's ranked 800 on the worst Earth list.
Yes, the worst.
Yeah,
Earth.
that's why he's so
The-
furious about
The
it.
worst
That's-
list.
That's why he's so pissed off, man.
This is the worst.
This is not what I want.
Oh my god.
I just want to stop. I just wanted to stop. And then he cries every time he's done.
Oh god.
Alright, we can stop now, right?
No.
You're like, yes? No.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, fuck that. I just like that he screams.
Do you ever play what's that ridiculous shooter game? It's like
That's like
Max something.
Max Payne?
It's
Matt-
like
Max Payne?
no, not Max Payne, but no.
Serious Sam?
Serious Sam, that's the one. So aren't there some enemies that do that? They like run at you and just yell.
They
Like that?
scream
Serious Sam?
No, but that sounds
No, you
great.
never played Serious Sam? Oh my gosh, I gotta look this up now. Yeah.
This is serious Earth.
Earth Sam?
Oh man. So, I mean, I got a question for you guys
What's up?
because I need to know the answer, and I think
Go
you
on.
guys
Alright,
might
go
be able
on.
to help. If you furiously masturbate, do you ever get to finish? I think it's a valid question.
It's a good question. Depends.
I don't know.
how-
I think we need Earth to answer that. Actually.
Can you reach climax when you furiously masturbate?
I can. I don't know if Earth can.
Ah!
Oh man, this conversation.
I hope
got
Jeff
so
is
dark.
drinking more and more liquor.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's what I always do. Really.
Maybe, and this I might be way off here, but maybe we should probably try to talk about a video game or something.
Can you guys hear this?
What? Your chips or whatever that is?
No, hang on. Let me try to get you.
Taking a shit.
Are you taking a shit? and then confirming if we can hear it. Are you like, do you get your do you get your rocks off knowing that we can hear?
Did it work? Did it work? Did you hear it?
No.
Okay. So I googled Serious Sam screaming enemy, and I came up with a YouTube video called Serious Sam Headless Kamikaze Scream for 15 minutes.
Oh, so there's a... Oh, okay, I see. You're playing... So that guy just
I
yelled
encourage...
You encourage us to listen?
I encourage you and everyone else listening to the podcast to YouTube that.
Well, goddammit, I want to do it.
Put it on... And put it on... And put it on at high volume while you furiously masturbate.
God damn it.
Oh my god.
I don't know how we're going to change the
this
subject
right
from masturbation.
Alright, hang on, wait. Can I get YouTube on Xbox? I bet I can, right?
Yes. You probably
No,
have to download their
YouTube
app,
is a
though.
PlayStation 4 exclusive.
Oh.
You should make that your alarm sound. Just make a
God.
wave of it. To wake up in the morning.
Alright, here we go, YouTube. If you heard my fart earlier, which was not on the recording, you'll absolutely hear this.
I think it was recorded, actually.
Was it?
Oh, no.
I don't,
my God, I
no,
hope
I
so.
don't think it was.
Oh, that's sad.
Just fart
is
not
sad.
being on it, I think it's okay, actually.
No, I'm sad.
It was pretty funny. He was like, I'm gonna let it rip. No one's gonna hear that.
No one's going to hear this. Oh, boy.
I hear a lot of clicking.
I think that's his Xbox controller. The buttons
Yeah.
are very clicky on the Xbox controller.
They're very clicky.
Extremely
realized.
fucking clicky.
I like the PS4 controller, but I feel like I'm falling in love with the Xbox controller.
I think I like the Xbox controller better. I like the PS4's triggers better.
I actually like the triggers on the Xbox one more. They feel more solid.
No, they're definitely
I just don't
more
like the
solid.
shape
I
of
think-
them.
Yeah, it's the shape that like after long use, especially when you play something like Forza where you're holding the trigger for a long time, those points tend to drive into your skin a little bit. The way I hold the
Yeah.
controller, I'm sure it's not a problem for all people, but the sharp, you know what I'm talking about? It has like a sharp point
Yeah,
at the tip
no,
of
I
the
know.
triggers.
That's where my fingers end up going. Right.
Yeah,
at the
and
tips of the
it
trigger.
ends up hurting quite a bit after like prolonged use, I guess.
I bet you could change that on that $1 million Pro controller or
Yeah,
whatever the fuck.
I bet you can. God damn it, I want to.
I want one of those controllers. I don't want to spend the money.
Yeah, that's one of those things that you get from somebody for Christmas, and you're like, fucking
Yeah.
badass, thanks, man. And you just don't want to do it yourself.
Yeah. It is a nice looking controller,
It is an
I think.
extremely nice looking controller. I agree.
but it's like, yeah, I bought that. Why are you showing off?
That's why.
You wasted like $150
Why are you
for
showing
a controller.
off?
Yeah, I got the Xbox
Oh, I found
One wireless receiver.
Wait, what? The
That
wireless
sounded like
receiver.
Mike.
Oh,
Can
for
you
the
hear this? Wait, can you hear this? Can you hear this?
dude, that does sound like me. How the fuck's that even possible? What the fuck?
My dogs do not like that sound at all.
That's fucking great, dude.
Oh my god. Dude, my dogs are freaking out right now.
That's awesome.
Uh,
Dude, dogs are like,
that was a video of her
fucking now.
furiously
It's
masturbating.
like when you're done, you should put it on your phone and walk towards them while you have your phone on full blast.
Oh.
That's awesome.
So in Serious Sam, there are these headless enemies with bombs for hands,
Okay. This
and they
sounds-
just
okay.
run at you screaming.
This all sounds pretty good. Okay.
And then when they run into you, they explode.
Very good.
That sounds like super mutants in Fallout 4 with bombs on their arms.
Yeah, like
I
that
love
strong
shooting
guy.
those. I like shooting their arms and watching them explode and killing everybody around them. And then they're coming to run towards you. Like, nope, gonna shoot your arm. Wasted your time. You shouldn't have put a fucking bomb on your hand. I actually like those guys because it's like, thanks for being there so I could blow you up in front of everybody. It's like whenever I go fight super mutants, I hope one of those guys is around. But they don't do that. That makes me sad.
Yeah.
They should scream like that.
They should do that more. There should be more.
Eventually, I'll get the PC version of Fallout 4, and my PC will be good enough to play it better than my PS4, and I will find a way to mod it so that they do that scream.
All super mutants just go ah and run at you.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good deal to me. It's kind of what Strong does now.
I'll sell the mod for $1.
Actually, I think that.
Oh wait, they
what
don't
Strong
do that
does.
anymore, right? They took off that.
Yeah, it's
selling
not.
mod
It's not
thing.
on right now. It's supposed to come back at some point or some crap. I don't know. I don't know what the status is of it.
Why did they take it off? Like
The fans.
I think
the fans went ape shit. Is what happened.
yeah, I can understand. I guess I can understand why they did it because the fans did it, but for me, it's like, okay, you know what? If someone wants to sell a mod and someone wants to buy it, fuck it. Let them buy it.
Well, no, it's not that simple. Like mods
But-
before that was freely available, and what happened was
People were packaging them and selling them.
yeah, people were taking mods that were not theirs, that was just there already, like free mods from the mod scene, and they were just, oh, yep, this is my mod, I'm selling this now, and that's fucked up. You know, the real owners were not getting their due,
Yeah.
and then there's the Serious Sam yelling guy, so there's that. Yeah, I think that yelling thing really changed my life for the better. Thank you.
It's good.
It's pretty fucking great.
It's pretty.
Is
good.
there anything that came out recently?
Like games?
Yeah.
Games don't come out in January, dude. Come on.
I mean, come on. There's got to be something. Maybe something we missed. Oh, you know what I also played the other day?
What's that?
I went back and played some Axiom Verge.
Oh, really?
I got further. Yeah, I got lost and I was like, what the fuck? I don't know what to do. And then I went back the other day and I was like, oh, this is where I go. And I got a little bit further.
I kind of want to play that again, but I don't know.
Xbox,
I'd
turn it
be
on.
lost.
Did you?
Yes.
How far did you get?
I'm what I think is pretty far. I think. Yeah, I think I'm a good ways in. I like that game a whole lot, and it was a victim of other shit going on at the time. That's actually that's actually a really good game. Like, that's what we should do for our next episode. We should take some time, think about all the things you want to revisit in 2016, because the good games aren't going to come out right away. But maybe there's something you want to go back to, and what would that be? Because that's probably a game that I would love to go back to.
So I'm pretty sure I bought Axiom Verge and never played it.
Oh
I think it was a free PSN game, wasn't it?
no,
Really?
it never went free.
Oh, okay.
But it got pretty good fanfare. It came to Steam. I don't know that it came to Xbox though. I really want to play that now. Bobby. Thanks a lot.
It's on Xbox.
Is it? Are you sure?
Oh yeah.
Are you sure?
Oh, Xbox. No, sorry, I don't know that.
It's
on
definitely
PS4.
on PS4.
He's like, it's on Xbox. Is it for sure?
Yeah,
it's on
absolutely.
Xbox. Wait, oh, you said
100%.
Xbox.
Oh no, I meant not at all.
I didn't know you meant Xbox, guys. Jeez.
Jeff's playing Fallout 4.
Okay, yeah. Fallout 4 is good.
Well,
What a
I turned my
dickhead.
PS4 on and Fallout 4 was there.
Oh,
Yeah,
what a
You're
dick
like,
mold
okay.
you are.
Yeah, what a dick. You know, I got
Proceed.
I was That wasn't even serious, but yeah. But I said it and just moved on. I'm like, you're a dick, but I'm gonna go on with my life.
Bobby just furiously masturbated my game history. She was just like, moving on.
I'm out, motherfucker. You're a weird motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
It's Dokes. Finally, Dokes makes an appearance on the DGx podcast.
We've been waiting for that for
My
so
name is
long.
Sergeant Dokes, motherfucker. And if you motherfuckers don't motherfucking shut the motherfucker up, fuck you, Morgan.
Hey, Dokes, what do you think of Axiom Verge?
Axiom Verge, that sounds like some weird shit. You're a strange motherfucker. Fuck you, Morgan.
Okay, what do you think of... let me think of the weirdest game I got here. Of Bloodborne.
Bloodborne is actually a great game that delivers high-quality gameplay and a difficulty challenge. Fuck you, Morgan.
I'm watching you, Morgan.
I'm watching you, motherfucker.
What do you think of Dead or Alive 5: The Last Round?
I can't wait till they make a motherfucking sequel, motherfucker. All right, guys.
What do you think of Xenoblade Chronicles X?
Do you guys have any closing remarks before we put this thing to rest?
All right, so it looks like I did not buy Axiom Verge, but I should.
You should absolutely. If you're into Metroidvania games,
Super Metroid.
Yeah, you should absolutely.
Yeah, I'm into them. Yeah, it's $20. I think it was on sale, and I didn't buy it when it was on sale, and now I regret
it. Check Steam. They might have a thing there too. I don't know if you want to play it on your PC, but if you're willing to play it on
I
your
don't really
PC,
have a PC right now.
Oh, there's that. Yeah. I would say it's absolutely worth $20. That game. If there's a game that's on there worth $20, it's that. Rebel Galaxy also. I think that game is fantastic, and that's also now.
What is Rebel Galaxy again? I saw you playing it the other day on PS4.
It's all right.
Was that Rebel Galaxy?
It's like a space trucking game, but that's a bad example. It's like a space.
Oh yeah, you told me about it. You had it on PC too, right?
I have it on PC. I've had it. It came out I think in September on PC, and I loved it. And I really, really like that game a ton. It has like a story, and you can do missions and quests, and you can jump between planets, and they make it really accessible and easy. And it has like ship combat, not spaceship combat, but like naval ship combat. Like you command a large ship, not like fighters, where you have broadside cannons and shit like that. So the combat actually plays a lot like Black Flag's combat, except in space, if that makes any sense. Because even though it's in space, it's still only on like a 2D plane, but they hide it really well. So it makes it very playable and really accessible. And I really, really like that game a lot. And yeah, it came out on PS4, and I realized that it came out on PS4. They didn't really announce anything. They're just like, all right, it's out on PS4 today. And I was like, man, playing this game on my couch sounds a hell of a lot better than playing it at PC, so I bought it on PS4 as well. That's how much I like that game. So I bought that game twice in the last 4 months. Just that. So if you...
That says a lot, because Mike doesn't like to pay twice for anything.
That's fucking true.
It's quite an endorsement. Yeah.
So I would say if you're looking for a game to just like really try out some cool shit and visit planets and do really cool like space traveling, like, and it's kind of open space. Like if you want to make money by doing quests, you can. If you want to make money by like going to one station and finding stuff and then loading up cargo and then selling it for much higher at a different station because because of trends in the marketplace and all that stuff, you can do that. If you want to just do the storyline, which it has like characters to talk to at the different stations, you can do that. It's a very good game. A lot of people describe it as like Firefly the game in a way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Difficult question.
Go.
If I were to spend $20 on a game and the choices were Axiom Verge or Rebel Galaxy, which would you choose?
I'd say that would be on your mood.
Yeah. Knowing you as long as I have, I would say Axiom Verge.
No. Which one would you choose? I'm going to choose whatever I want.
Fuck you, Jeff.
Fuck you, Morgan.
Fuck you, Morgan.
This is a weird-ass choice, motherfucker.
Don't be giving me no weird-ass motherfucking choices. I'm watching you, motherfucker. If I had to pick between those two games and I had $20, I would probably pick Rebel Galaxy because
All right.
it has longer legs. Because I figure once you beat Axiom Verge, that's it with that game. There's not a whole lot of keep going. Where Rebel Galaxy, every time you start a new game, it like creates a new universe for you and all that stuff. So it's
Really? So is it like you die and you have to start all the way over again?
no, it's not like any roguelike crap. You have save points and you can
Yep.
save and stuff. And no, I die all the time. And no, just all right, load up a save point because I shouldn't have went there and picked a fight with these guys. I'm just not going to go back to that place till I have bigger guns and kind of shit. And you upgrade your ship or you buy new ships and you all right. I'm gonna get these new upgraded broadside cannons or these upgraded flat cannons or mines or it's a really well done game and they made space combat actually accessible. Where I think a lot of games like as much as I love Elite Dangerous, if you're not a fucking professional astronaut, it's really hard to really do crazy space fighting other than just trying to aim your cursor at the guy and shooting him more than he shoots you. This game, and while this game's not multiplayer at all, it just kind of like I don't know. Like I said, it plays like Black Flag almost, like broadside cannons and frontside cannons, and it's cool, really cool. I endorse that game. I like that game a lot. Not to mention when I messaged the developers on Facebook, they actually replied to me themselves.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
it was pretty cool actually. I messaged one of the developers, because that's the other thing. It was made by like two guys, and I messaged one of them, which Axiom Verge was made by one guy to be fair, so that's that too. And I messaged him saying this is before it came out on PC. I was like, hey, any release day? He's like, we're working on it. As soon as we get a release day, I promise we'll let everybody know. And then like 2 or 3 weeks later, when they came out with the release day, he like messaged me back on Facebook to let me know, hey,
What?
it's on this day, so you can probably pre-order it now, or it'll be on Steam or GOG. So, and I was like, holy shit, man, that's awesome, thanks. And then I asked him, hey, like, which one's a better deal for you guys? Like, do you get a bigger cut through GOG or through Steam or what? And he goes, honestly, it's about the same. So just get it on the platform that makes you the happiest. And I was like, all right, I'll do that.
Well,
Yeah. So
that's fucking awesome.
yeah, it was cool. I bought it on GOG because it's DRM free, and I feel like I don't know this for sure, but I feel like their split is better with GOG. I guess I could have Googled it, but I didn't. Yeah, and now
How does
Seems
GOG
like it-
work? It's
it
all
would be.
donations, but how do they make deals to give the game so cheap?
it's not donations. GOG isn't donations. That's
Well, I'm thinking of Humble
that's
Bundle.
humble.
Sorry,
Yeah, that's humble.
but then how does GOG do it then? I
GOG
guess.
does it just like Steam. They just say, hey, we'll sell your game, but the thing with GOG is they'll only do DRM free. They won't do any kind of DRM because CD Projekt doesn't believe in that shit. So if they sell your game, they're like, hey, look, we trust our buyers that they're not gonna pirate our shit, and we're giving them this shit with no shit. And if and then developers are like, well, what if they share it? And they're like, well, then they share it, but we give them that strength to know that here's this DRM free thing. So I kind of like that, and that's why last couple games I've bought that was available on both, I've actually bought on GOG. But
I think it's more than being DRM. It's more about like, well, if Steam takes a dump, you don't got your fucking game.
right, and it comes down to
Yeah.
that too. Like, hey, on GOG you actually do own your games. Like, it's not checking any server side shit. Like, this is your game. You can play it offline. You can back it up to 10 different servers if you want. You could share it with your friends, although that's not the idea. You can share it with your friends if you want, or they just trust that gamers are good people, and I think it's paid off, and I think GOG's doing really well because of it. And GOG does this thing, and Steam might do this, I just don't know where it is. GOG does this thing when you buy any game, like, it gives you like digital versions of like the instruction manuals and posters and all this other stuff that most games don't come with anymore these days. I'm a GOG fan, man. I like GOG. The same way Earth likes cock.
I don't think that's true.
You're right. No
I
one
think
can like.
I think Earth likes cock a whole lot.
That's what that bastard gets for not showing up to the fucking podcast.
As evidenced by the fact that he is not here to defend himself.
Well, it's easy. It's easy to tell if Earth sucks cock or not. Earth, if you do not suck cock, say it now.
It's so fair.
All right. Well,
I think
Irv has not. Wouldn't it be really funny if, like, right then we hear the thing, doo doo doo, and Irv logged in, like, hey guys.
I do not suck
He's
cock.
somehow listening live.
Yeah, he knows exactly what
We're
we're
like-
talking about.
We didn't even know that you could listen live, and somehow you did.
Like, then we'll be like, all right, well, a man of my word, Irv doesn't suck cock.
You heard it here, folks.
Irv does not suck cock. But actually, I take that back. He hasn't shown up to defend himself. Thus, he sucks balls and cock. Anyway, I think
Both
we're
balls
gonna
and
end this thing here. We're on for an hour and a half now.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Time flies when you're just talking about Irv sucking cock. My name's Mike. That's Bobby screaming, and that's Jeff over there
No,
farting and pouring ice.
That was Jeff screaming.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, yeah, that's me. Sorry.
He's really
And
good at
also-
it now.
I'm farting and pouring ice and screaming.
Yes, that's Jeff farting, pouring ice, and screaming. Bobby's there laughing, and Dokes is also here yelling, "Motherfucker, motherfucker!" Thanks for listening. If you're listening, have a good one.
Bye.
Bye bye now. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye, motherfucker.